Hey guys, it is Tristan with Nerdette's NewsStand, and it is New Comic Book Day, and I have 2 reviews coming out today. Specifically right now, I want to talk about Batman. Now, in a nutshell, we know what happened with the previous run. We know that for 85 issues, Tom King destroyed, dismantled, and emasculated Batman. Now, where is James Tynion going to take it from here? Because are we going to get Batman back? Or are we going to get Selina's little man-child back? Now, from what I am seeing, I'm not going to say I am super impressed with this issue, because I'm not, but it's a good setup issue. Comparatively, it's fucking fantastic. There was no, demoralizing speech. There was no demeaning you. There was no poetry that we had to go through. And yeah, there was none of that, thank God. It was a lot more enjoyable to read, and it finally feels like we might be getting back on track. So I am hoping so. So this is Batman 86, and it's called Their Dark Designs. It is by James Tynion IV. The penciler is Tony Daniels. So talented of a team. Now, James Tynion's never been one of my favorite, but he's always been relatively standable. He is talented. Let's be real. Now, Tony Daniels always delivers. So let's take a look at this. We are getting Batman talking about the Gotham without him, basically. So what, could Gotham survive without him? I very seriously doubt it, nor would I want to see that happen. And we are getting these introduction of some very minor characters, and they're really not important to the storyline, except for the fact that they showed up in Gotham after everything went down, and it is part of a bigger plan. So we get them, and I looked at this at first, and I'm like, now, I just finished Before Watchmen, so I'm doing a big video on all of that either tomorrow or Friday. So I looked at this, I'm like, wait, I gotta do a double take, because that's definitely not the comedian, it's Gunsmith. But even so, I was like, what? What am I looking at here? And we got Cheshire. So we have some very C-level characters when it comes to Batman. Like, a lot of people aren't going to know these characters. That's not important whatsoever. We do see Selina, and she is at a banquet, and they're trying to fundraise for Gotham. They're trying to get these investors involved. She kind of makes a little joke about how to, get investors involved by basically taking their money. He doesn't find it too funny, but even so, her dress is beautiful. Every time even on Batman number 50, the outfits that they put Selina in, I'm always like, oh, I want that. I would literally, if I had that, I would just wear it to mow the lawn. Like, I don't care. If I had it, I would wear it. I don't even have to have a place to go with it. Beautiful. So, we also see Batman chime in, and he is at the hospital. He's still, obviously, we are going to have to deal with the Alfred death that came with the Tom King run. So, he obviously is still upset. There is a really good moment that I will get to when it comes to that. And it kind of is like one of those moments where you're like, ugh, my heart. So, we see Lucius, and Batman is wanting him to create something new. Be able to produce these parts kind of autonomously. And, he's not even sure if what he is making, and I forget the name of it, I'm trying to look through here, if it can even fly. We are looking at something to help Batman, and it actually ends up being really cool, but it is called the Night Climber. I knew if I looked long enough I would find it. It is something that Lucius is just not super sure about. Batman doesn't care. He needs it. Slade Wilson is in town. And, Slade doesn't return for money. Yeah, I mean, it's Deathstroke. He wants to know what the other reason why he would be in town is, and basically he wanted to see the version of Batman that everybody's been talking about that's been so kind of beaten down and emasculated is the best way to put it. So we do see this this fight unfold. And the only thing that bugged me, really, when I read a comic book, my main, like I've said this before, you want to dribble in the drama, you want to focus on good versus evil in action. A lot of this fight is off camera, and I think that's a shame. Like, it is beautiful. Tony Daniel's like, that Deathstroke, absolutely amazing. Now, put more of it in the book. I understand you have a limited amount of space. I do get that, but I want to see the action unfold. I just don't want to assume Batman won. I mean, we end up finding out, but I want to see it happen. We also see the end to all of these, like I said, these very B-level villains. This was all a very subsequent plan, and we're going to find out that the original person that made this plan was Selina. Now, when she is at this banquet hall, she finds this guy that looks very suspicious. She follows him, and come to find out, this was her original plan. She's kind of freaking out, but it also gives her and Bruce the inside track to how to stop it. Bruce wants to rebuild the city, and this could be what stops it. Now, we did, and I probably should have talked about this in the beginning, but in Batman 85, we did have a prologue to this story, and it was Joker and his henchmen kind of deciding whether or not we are going to get the demasking of Batman to Bruce Wayne. So that's pretty much all you need to know about it, but I will put my link for my Batman 85 review in the description, just in case you want to kind of catch up on what's going on. But we see, obviously, the end to Slade here. Not the end, but, you know, he's beat up. Batman obviously didn't kill him. And then we get some more. This is the part I was talking about just a little bit ago. So, this is a way to put tragedy and mourning into a comic book. This is what Tom King doesn't understand. It has to be subtle. And this is very subtle. So he's over his comms, and he accidentally calls Lucius Alfred. And it's totally a relatable mistake. Somebody that you had your entire life, you're going to do that. He's not used to Lucius being on the other side. So it kind of was one of those almost like perfect moments. That's the only way I can describe it, because it was done really well. It was just dribbled. It was just fine enough for me. So we do see the Nightcrawler in action a little bit, and we get Batman behind it, and we do find out, obviously, that it flies. It works, and I really didn't have any doubts. Like, you're saying in a Batman comic that there's a chance it's not going to work. Come on, let's be real. It is going to work, but it does work well. Now we have an epilogue, and this is kind of tying the prologue from before, Selina's little thing, previous, oh my god, I cannot think of the word, plan, I guess I'll just use the word plan, into motion, and we are seeing the henchmen from before. Now, these henchmen are tying up loose ends to anybody that knows about what is going on with the Joker. So they're lighting these people on fire that are on this roller coaster. And then obviously there is some sort of bad guy hierarchy, because when we go to the next page, we see, everybody's burning that could have possibly known anything. And then we see the kind of backup to shot and killed by the main guy. And he's like, okay, all the loose ends have been tied up. No, they haven't. Now they have, when Joker blew up the last henchman. The thing about this is, a lot of times in Joker comics, it's kind of okay if his henchmen know what's going on. Like, obviously, you can't have it go too far. But this makes me think that it is such an in-depth, secretive plan or formula that nobody can know. But we do know that Selina kind of has the inside track on it. So, I did like this. I won't say that I loved it. I would say it is a very good setup issue. It is done well. The art is fantastic. Comparatively, if you give Tom King a 5, just being very, very gracious there, this is a 10. But really, honestly, it definitely is one that I would recommend. Now, it is not as good as Peter Tomasi's detective run. I would say that is better, but now we finally have 2 good Batman comics back. Like, I love it. Every week we have something good to read that's related to Batman. Plus, we have Batman and the Outsiders, Gotham City Monsters this week. So there was a lot of good. And finally, the main title. May the sales come back. Like, DC, you're doing good. I just praised you yesterday for hiring Blake Northcott. Love her. Like, you're doing good. Keep going. Look back at 5G, please, and reevaluate what you're going to do from here on forward. Let me know what you guys think about this or what you thought about James Tynion's first issue. I did enjoy it. Let me know what you think. I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye. Hey guys, I want to give a huge shout out to my Subscribestar and Patreons. You guys literally make this channel possible. Black Knight Fool, Brucey, Chris C, Dave Ross, David L, Jeffrey Allen Carnes, Sanjuro, Jeremy Burtz, Joe Bustify, Kato Round, Magical Exotic Diamonds, Mighty Pauls, Mike Buckner, Robert, Steve Glasker, Timothy French, Alice Matt Films, Alexander Trapp, Way Else One, and Troy Reiser. You guys are absolutely amazing, and I want to say thank you to each and every one of you. Don't forget to subscribe and like on the way out, and I will see you in the next one. Bye-bye.